Sure. Deputy Michael Moynihan.
Some of us have raised the issue in relation to CE supervisors, and particularly the Labour Court decision back in 2008. And I know that Deputy Dáil Éireann has been leading on this for some time. But there is industrial action being taken by some supervisors starting on Monday. And there's a letter after going out from the Department of Employment Affairs and Social Protection, and if I may quote from it, they're reviewing funding allocation to your organisation having regard to industrial action taken. Now, in the name of God, in 2019, that language is completely off the rails. And first of all, can I ask, what is the government's intention in relation to CE supervisors and their pension? And don't give the line yesterday in relation to they're not state employees. We know that there was a Labour Court decision taken on it, and we know that the full funding for their payment is coming through the state. And what decision is being taken on it? And does he stand over the language in the letter from the department to the chairpersons, who are voluntary people, to the chairpersons of community employment groups?
CE supervisors play an important role in the administration and supervision of schemes, and of course the strike notice for next Monday by Forest and SIPTU, and the schemes are vital, of course, for rural communities and urban communities right across the whole spectrum. And Minister, there was a recommendation, and indeed my former Minister Howland had prepared a way of dealing with this, and I think Deputy Killeary and everybody is aware of this, of how Deputy Howland was going to prepare this. And we know that it won't be all widespread pensions for everybody. We absolutely know that. But there was a way, there was a head put in place with the Minister for Environment, and it fell down somewhere between the tracks. I think you should revive it and speak to the unions involved, and they will, we'll find a willing partners. This can be resolved, but Minister, it just cannot sit in your hands and send out bureaucratic replies. They won't work.
Thanks, Ciancóla. I think there's two separate things to respond to. So first of all, Deputy Moynihan, there's absolutely nobody will stand over the letter that was issued. I won't say in error, but I would tell you without consideration or thought that was issued last week from my department. And the day that the letter was brought to my attention, which certainly unfortunately wasn't before it went out, I completely refuted the allegation that was in the letter. I made a statement to say that there will be absolutely no review on foot of any pending actions next Monday. And I've actually... I beg your pardon? Sorry, I actually did yesterday, yes, so sorry, I was getting to that. So to ensure that I would give due credit and regard to the people that actually carry out our CE work, that's a hugely valuable service across every county in the country, I wrote to them again yesterday, giving them the assurances that there will be absolutely no review of their funding, their capitation, their training or otherwise on foot of any action that any of their employees take. But that's the difficulty, Deputy, is that they are the host company's employees. They're not state employees, and whilst we do recognise the Labour Court ruling that was issued a number of years ago between the employees and the employers, of which the state was not party and is not part of, we are endeavouring with the Department of Public Expenditure to find and work with the unions, and many meetings have taken place over the last 6 months to try and find a solution, but no solution has yet been found. But we won't give up until we do.